So the first booking, I charged $100 an hour.
I just really want to know how you got the money to afford this. I think that this entrepreneurial journey for you was very sacred.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you really wanted a lot of people in because you're very protective of your energy.
So your first question is, how did I purchase it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I really knew that it was for me, because I take everything to God before I do it.
And let me know if you want to cut any of this out, because we gonna get real about this shit, okay? Because today I am very excited to have one of my dearest friends in the whole wide world, Lolita, who is the owner of Pose for Lola. Me and you decided to be entrepreneurs almost at the same time.
At the same time.
I was a bit of an entrepreneur before with real estate investing and investing in stocks and things like that. But the actual podcast, you were one of the first people that I spoke with about it. You wrote out my business plan on a piece of paper. You wrote out how I should do shows. So this is a very special conversation for me. And so I just wanted to, I had to set the ground to let people know, because it's not often where I have like my actual friends on here. Usually it's people that I don't know. Lolita is a nurse, a registered nurse, and she works in the liver. We could cut that out. She works in the department, the kidney transplant department. You are a creative. I would say you're a creative as well. And you also own a photo booth. Lolita has 2 kids.
I do.
And so she is very busy. So the fact that she's here with us right now, y'all, we're not even gonna get into how hard it was to get on her schedule. But as you can see, usually this is in-person interview and we are on Zoom. So this is how much of a hot commodity this person is, you guys. But Lolita is also the owner of Pose for Lola, which is a luxury photo booth located primarily in Richmond, Virginia. She's mobile. She can come to your events. Lolita has done all of my events and will continue to do all of my events. So before we get started, how's your heart? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling full. Yeah.
So let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about this journey. How did you get started with Pose for Lola, and what inspired the brand?
So we were sitting in dialysis.
We were, specifically you and I.
Yes. Contracts were ending.
Travel nurse contract. Yeah, that money was good too.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I missed it so much. But no, so contracts were ending. Couldn't really be renewed at that time. So looking for ways to, make some extra money, but for it to be fun and not like taxing and draining. We were planning our baby shower, and we were looking to book the photo booth company that we had for our wedding, but she was unavailable. So that prompted me to like kind of search out other companies to see who was available. Nobody was actually. Everybody was booked up. Everybody that had a luxury booth, like a booth that, like blends in with the environment, doesn't like stand out and look like a sore thumb, nice backdrop, sleek, slim. So that's what I was looking for. And everybody was kind of booked up. So that prompted me to kind of like go online and do some research and see like how much booths were and how much people were charging and making. And then from there, I caught it was a Black Friday special. So I took advantage of that with the photo booth, and the booth came at the end of November. We had our first booking in December.
Wow.
But the day we had our first booking.
Who was the first booking?
The first booking was with Tiffany, with the Fearless Woman, but we weren't weren't able to make it because Rue made her grand appearance on that day. So our first got canceled because our baby was born.
Wow.
Yeah, but that didn't stop us. That did not stop us. Right after that, we ended up having our first official booking that January, and it was for Jasmine's mom, and she had her 50th party down in Blackstone, where I'm from. So shout out to her because she gave me my first chance, and look at us now.
How much you made? How much you charged for that?
So the first booking, I charged $100 an hour. I did. And she booked for 2 hours because I was still learning what I was doing, and I hadn't even gotten into making
You don't charge that now.
I don't, but you got to start somewhere. So there was 50% off when I started. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow. And that's crazy because we talked about you getting that. We talked about it. And let me know if you want to cut any of this out, because we gonna get real about this shit, okay? Because you talked about getting this, and then you didn't really say much else about it. And then I saw that you did get it and you were starting a business. And somebody you and I both know, we're very proud of you for getting this. And we talked about it.
Yeah.
Me and the other person. And I said, Lo, me and this other person are so proud of you for getting this.
Yeah.
And you got upset.
I did?
Yes, you got upset because you was like, I think that this entrepreneurial journey for you was very sacred.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you really wanted a lot of people in, because you're very protective of your energy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't play about your energy. And
I don't.
Yeah.
And when I'm doing something new, I kind of want to have all my ducks in a row, and I kind of want to like make sure because you know, like, just because you have a thought, a plan, or an idea doesn't always mean that it's going to come to fruition. So I kind of like move a little behind the scenes, and then I pop out because you know, you tell too many people your business, and then you know, people make their expectations, and you give room for people to talk. Now, granted, people are going to talk regardless, but I just wanted to make sure that I was moving in a way where I was on my own time with things.
Yeah. And that's where we different, because I'm an open book.
Yeah, I feel you. And that's cool. It takes all of us to make the world go around. Let's be real.
So how many bookings have you had since then, though?
Like, since starting?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I have to look back at like the galleries.
You done made
at least 30.
So here, you know, we will get into the challenges. We will get into the challenges and how did you overcome them? How do you balance creativity with business? But I want to stop for a second and give the audience some actionable items, because I just really want to know how you got the money to afford this. And how you, like, if you financed it, did you buy it outright? The bookings that you have, are they paying this thing off? Or like, I just want to know like the money part of it.
Yeah. So your first question is, how did I purchase it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I really knew that it was for me, because I take everything to God before I do it, because at this point in my life, I'm tired of making mistakes, and if it's not in his will, then I don't want it to happen. So the photo booth was right around probably $8,000. And the company that I went through, it could have been financed through them, but their interest rates were just crazy high. And I don't do interest and debt. I can't.
What was the interest rate?
Honestly, I don't remember, but it wasn't nothing that I wanted to pay. It wasn't nothing that I wanted to pay.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. I was looking for something like, you know, real low interest. So I had looked at like taking out a business loan, and that wasn't really looking like right either. And it's like, okay, this would have to be in my personal credit, because I really haven't established business yet. But I prayed about it, and something told me to like go on my credit card app and to see what offers I had. So I did a application for a credit card, and when I tell you that it was the exact amount, I got approved for the exact amount of the booth. So the booth was like $7,995, and I think I got approved for like $8,500. And I was like, okay, God, bet this is what you want me to do, because you gave me this exact amount of money roundabout if this wasn't what you wanted me to do. So for me, I mean, it might sound cliche to some people, but that was my confirmation right there. Like, that was my confirmation.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And like I said, when I first started, of course, I was charging half price, because I had to figure out how to run it, you know, how to tweak things, kind of what I wanted it to look like, so charge half until I felt comfortable. And then when I started feeling comfortable, that's when I went ahead and made myself a price list. So that's how you got the Lola Petite, the Lola Proper, and then a whole lot of Lolas. Yeah, that's how that came about.
Well, also you create the props for the booth too, like customized props.
I do. And you know, when I started, it was like, so this is something that I'm still struggling with right now, because if we're being very honest, I need to raise my prices based upon that. Because when I go in the basement and I'm making these props for every event has its own props at this point. There's some that you might see that are repetitive here and there if the color matches, but for the most part, I am making 5 props by hand for each event. It has somebody's name on it. It's going with their theme. It's going with their colors to blend in seamlessly. And I'm thinking that the price might have to go up soon just a little bit because I'll be spending some time down there with that.
Yeah. I mean, you've done 3 events. How many events have you done with me? 3?
Yeah, 3.
You've done 3 events with me, and all of the props were custom.
Yeah, I take, and it's crazy because I feel like, and I mean, this is no shade to anybody else with the photo booth at all, but I just feel like I take so much pride in this. Like, it is my baby. It has to be, I mean, I know nothing's perfect, but it just has to be perfect because it has my name on it. It's me.
Right.
Yeah, so I just want it to be seamless. And again, nobody's like really taking time to like, I'm down there like mocking up stuff like I'm getting somebody dressed. Like I'm getting you.
Are you using like a 3D printer? What are you using?
I use the Cricut. I use the Cricut and I use cardstock and I use some glue. Like I'm literally down there with some tweezers and like putting these things together. Like okay, but the thing about it is I'm not saying it in a way like where it's taxing or it's a complaint. Being creative is something that I do enjoy doing. It does release stress. So I'll go downstairs with a little wine and and then I'll just get into my zone. But sometimes I am down there for a couple of hours. I am. It just depends. And I have to factor that into my price. That's what I need to make sure.
A couple of hours?
It just depends on what these props are looking like. It might be too. Honestly, I can bust down 5 props in an hour. I can.
So you're getting good.
But again, the perfectionism of it all is what can slow me down.
Like the props that you made for the Wellfest, they ended up using those as like they put them in the plants in the plant bowl, and it looks so good. Like it's like a little plant prop now, and you can have that for a long time. I still got the ones that you. Anyways, we're not gonna stay on that. I mean,
they do tend to be keepsakes at the end of the day, and I think
absolutely, Okay, so now that we figured out how much this costs and how you financed it and how you're paying for it and things like that, I kind of want to get into a little bit more about money. I know we want to talk about creativity, but I'm really trying to hone more in on the financial piece of this podcast because I want it to be helpful to people. You're also married. You have a family.
Yes.
How are you integrating this photo booth business along with working full-time, along with having 2 kids?
So everybody runs the booth except Rue, and she makes special appearances.
Except Rue, and Rue is the baby. So
so Candace helps me when she's able to. If we have somebody to watch Rue, then Candace can help me. But honestly, I feel so comfortable running it by myself now. I mean, the only time like I really feel like, hey, I need help is if it's a big event and I need crowd control. Weddings and corporate events, I prefer to have somebody else with me, whether it be her, Lila, or my mom or whoever, so that they can control the crowd while I'm making sure the booth is running correctly. But Lila runs the booth when it is family events and like teenage events.
And Lila is how old is she? That's your daughter. How old is she?
Yeah, Lila's 12.
Wow.
And the goal is, it might not be for her birthday like I thought it would be. But I'm thinking about getting her a photo booth as well so that she can have her own business.
Does she want one?
So it's like she wants the money. That's what she wants. She wants the money to work. But the booth that I plan to get her is, she's just not going to have to stay with it. The booth that I plan to get her is the iPad specific booth. It's not as fancy as the Lola booth, but it can be set up and it can be left, and then we can go back and pick it up. So I think that'll be some good money for her. Yeah. So, and some just good experience for her. I mean, she does great with the booth now.
She does. She's 12?
She's 12.
She's going to be a 12-year-old entrepreneur.
I hope so. Well, 13.
Have y'all thought about getting the 360 jump too?
Oh, it's crazy because somebody else asked me this today, and I literally responded. I'm going to give you the same response that I gave them. So because of my perfectionism, because of my matchy, love how everything just looks seamless, the 360 booth, it gets to me because you can see everything around it. So it's like, if the whole event is not like perfect and like
See, that's where your perfectionism come in. That's where
because it's like
I wouldn't even think about
I don't want to see the door in my pictures. I don't want to see the door in my pictures. I don't want to see something that's not a part of the party in my picture. So I think when it comes down to the 360 booth, it would have to be like in a specific area of the party that's kind of like decorated and looks the part. Because I don't want like my name to be on anything that doesn't look the part.
Yeah, I think that's gonna really set you apart and make you really successful as well. Because the 360 booth, I just think I think it would be a dope addition. You talking about something what you go see and did. Well, that's what we differ anyway. You like real type A, and I'm just like,
yeah, I am. I'm so type A, and it's like I said, it's crazy because I just had this conversation earlier today, and the person basically was like, you need to see look up the data, see what the market wants, and then that's what you need to go for. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but if it don't look like I want it to look, it's not about the money for me. Because it's like, yeah, the money is great. I want that. But it's just, it has to feel good for me too. I gotta look back at these pictures, videos and be like, oh, that looks so good. If I look at it and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Okay, so what challenges did you face breaking into the space? Because I know like for me in the podcast, I still haven't really gone up to anybody in person and been like, hey, can you sponsor my show? I've called people and they've said, yes, you've been a sponsor of my show of a few episodes. Thank you so much for being the first sponsor.
Of course.
But it was easy to call you because we was on the phone anyway. You my friend. But even that was kind of like, that was kind of scary too. Cause I'm literally asking my friend for money. Like it felt weird to do, but it's also like, well,
if your friends can't support you, then who can?
That's true. That's true. But you know, as a W-2 employee, we're not used to.
I get it.
We're not used to networking. We're used to getting a check every 2 weeks, not necessarily having to ask for it. So, like in the world of entrepreneurship, it's different. It's like you're paying for work that hasn't necessarily been done yet. Like when I got the money from you for the sponsorship, it was like I sent you an invoice, you sent me the money. I hadn't done anything yet. It was like for services. But if you're working as a W-2 employee, you have to clock in order to get that money, and then you get it after 2 weeks. So it's just different making money as an entrepreneur, and it's a little more intimidating. So how'd you break into the space?
I don't even know. Like I just did it. So what I can say about myself is I could be afraid, I could be scared, I could be terrified, but I'm still just gonna do it. I just push myself. I hate being uncomfortable, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And I know it's like everybody can't do that. But it's just something that I do. I mean, even in my full-time job, like I talk to people for a living. I walk up to them and I talk to them about transplant. So it's just like I just walk up and start talking, even if it don't feel good. Instagram has been like my sole place to promote.
Okay.
My personal page, I have a lot of followers, and I mean, again, family and friends kind of supported me first, and that was dope. But really, just like word of mouth and like people between Instagram and word of mouth, that's really how I have broken into the space and have maintained my bookings. I know it's kind of embarrassing to say, like I have like a Google page and I have a website, but like I don't promote anywhere besides Instagram. Like I have my Instagram post like being dually posted across the Facebook.
Why is that embarrassing to say that you have a Google page?
Because I know that I could have so much more clientele and so much more bookings if I actually took the time to like market myself the way that I'm supposed to. Like if I really took the time to do so, if I marketed myself to wedding venues and I marketed myself like it would. Yeah.
Well, how did you get the first one? Was that on Instagram? How'd you get?
Yeah, it was from Instagram. I posted a post and posted a special, and she took advantage of it. That's
wow!
How it worked out. Like her mom's party was coming up, and she took advantage of it. And again, just like my work speaks for myself. It speaks for itself. The quality of it, and that's why I just stand so strong on that, because that's what has gotten me booked continually. Just the quality of work that we're doing. So.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine having an event without you there, because like even the first one we did with the business that shall not be named, it's like Voldemort, we just not gonna talk about the business, but that was a corporate event, and it was like people kind of was closed off and stuff, but the photo booth, I felt like, opened them up. Like
Yeah.
it brought out a silly style. Yeah, it's a serious event, but like you have the sunglasses and then you have like the little sashes and stuff that I've only
the
seen
little
in like
feather
old
boa.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it really is just a good time. It really is just a good time. And again, like, you think I don't be nervous, like talking to all these people walking up to me, and like I'm being very transparent when I say, like, I be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
you do
I
so
just do
good.
it.
You and Lola
I
do
do
so
it, and
good.
I hype them up, and they take their pictures, and then we love the pictures, and it's all great.
The biggest financial lesson you've learned while running this booth?
So recently, I've never been a business owner before, and I really didn't feel like I had anybody to reach out to, because when you're starting a business, clearly you're starting it to make some extra money. So if you had a whole bunch of money, you pay somebody to help you, right? I knew I needed an LLC. I knew I needed an EIN. I knew those two things, and I did those two things. I didn't know I needed a business license because I just thought, like, not to minimize my business, but I just didn't think it was important enough to need a license. It's just a photo booth, right? No.
A license? What you mean, like the LLC or?
Oh, a business license through the county. Like, I needed a business license.
That's what the LLC is, right? Or am I tripping?
No, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I did not have that knowledge to be able to understand that those are different things. So when I filed the business license, it doesn't cost you anything generally, I don't think. I can't even remember. Don't
I'm embarrassed because
don't quote me on this, but I don't think a business license generally, I might have paid something. I can't right now, but it wouldn't usually cost. But then if it's late, like I didn't file my business license until I had been in business for a year. I literally emailed the county and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I needed this. And hopefully nobody gets in trouble for me saying this, but like they just waived it. Like, I think she felt bad for me, like my lack of knowledge. And she started my business in this year, in 24, so that it would run from 24 to 25, so that I wouldn't have been into any issues.
Okay, so we need to kind of, and I might need you to expound on this a little bit, because
that might need to be an offline conversation so we can work through it together, because I can't be giving no advice because I'm not well versed enough.
These are the things I wish I would have known before I started my business. Part 1, an LLC is not a business license. You got to go down to City Hall to get that business license. An LLC is only an article of organization. That's it. You file that with your state. The business license is what you file with your city, usually down at City Hall. Ain't nobody told me nothing. Found that out the hard way.
But you have an EIN and an LLC. That's what you started with.
Yeah, so I started with the EIN and LLC, but that just wasn't enough. So when I got my business license, that's when I figured out I needed to be charging sales tax.
Oh, okay. Because, oh my gosh, this is
because it's a service.
Got you.
Charging sales tax, and I had been charging sales tax, but I didn't know where I needed to go really. And sometimes you just be like, okay, everything's going great. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't want to open up no can of worms. So anyway, I finally figured out how I needed to get a tax number. Okay, I did that. I got the business license. I got the tax number. And then for some reason I thought, like, okay, well, I'm gonna just save all the sales tax money and I'll pay it at the end of the year.
Right.
So I got a notice in the mail probably last week to say, hey, you haven't paid your January, February, or March sales tax. And I'm like, okay, I log in. It's supposed to have been being paid monthly. So my biggest hit right now is paying back this sales tax, which I have it in my account because it has been accumulating anyway. But unfortunately, I owe penalties on the sales tax. So depending upon the amount that I made that month in the sales tax, it kind of is a percentage of, the penalty is a percentage of each. So it's fine. I'm going to get it covered. I'm going to do better moving forward. I actually went to a lovely class, the Life Church. They had a business class last week and I went to that class. The panelists were amazing. They shared and just were open. And we discussed everything that I had questions about. So I do feel like I'm on a better path. My boxes are checked. I think everything is in a great place now. But yeah, I think for me, I'm not a gatekeeper. Like I said, I'm not well versed in it enough to just give advice. But if somebody were to come to me, I think I'd be able to lead them in the direction that they are looking to go. And I wouldn't charge them because it's hard. It's hard when we're trying to start and people want to charge you for every little conversation. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm doing something new with my podcast now where it's more so like, well, you know, we doing a whole, I don't even know if I told you, but we're doing a whole new revamp of it. But it's a segment that I have that I want to start. It's called Money, Movement, and Mindset.
Right.
So it's like, I just kind of want you to give 3 different tips to people. If you have them, money tip, a money tip, a mindset tip, and a movement, meaning execution.
All right. So money tip. Don't play with these folks and their taxes. Figure out all you can and make sure them people get their money on time because they're not going to play with you. It's going to be due regardless. It's either going to be due on time or you're going to pay the amount or you're going to pay the amount plus the more. That's the money tip. Mm-hmm. What's the next one?
Mindset.
Oh, mindset. Let God lead you in everything that you do. Go to him first every time.
Yeah.
Because if it's not in his will, then it doesn't need to be happening.
Okay.
So his word, his way.
Yeah. And then movement, execution.
I mean, again, you know, we said we differ here, but I like to move in silence until I kind of know, you know, what things are. That's just me.
Okay. Oh man, I love this. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but we do got to get to the hot topic segment of this. Did you get the list of questions that I sent you?
I did not. So this is a surprise.
Wow, you just going rip off the cuff, huh?
Yeah, let's see what this look like.
Okay, well, yeah. I don't even know if I want to talk. We did a hot topic segment last night, me and my other friend. We talked about Dame Dash and we talked about Charlie Kirk. I'm not sure if you want to hit any of those topics. Nope. But I feel like our hot topic might need to be Jesus Christ. I always say, and I have to say this publicly, I appreciate you and I have so much love for you because you really, really, really did help me to see how God is working in my life and how God is moving in my life and why I need to trust him and why I need to submit. Like you even sent me a prayer amidst everything that you had going on that morning. You was getting the kids ready. You were going to work. You probably had a booking with the photo booth, doing stuff with, you know, at home. And you sent me this text message. You was like, look, I can't respond to you right now because I had questions. I literally was like, I don't know why I came to you for these answers, but I was like, bro, why is God wanting me to submit to him? Like, because I kept getting this nagging feeling that I needed to submit to God. And it really irritated me because I'm like, what if do you just want me to be a robot? Like me and God had a head-to-head confrontation. And from what Sarah Jake said, it's better to have a confrontation than to not say anything, because at least with a confrontation, you haven't dialogue. So in that moment, like I'm depressed, I'm scared, I'm anxious. I'm like, at this point, I won't even out here. I didn't have a job. I was doing the podcast full time, which had made $1,300 in 6, 12, 15 months. So it's like, I didn't have no.
He took care of you though. He
definitely took care of me. But like, I didn't know what I'm like, I don't necessarily want to do the job that I'm doing, the thing that makes me money, but I love this podcast and I feel like that's my purpose. But like, God, you're not really helping me on top of other things. So I'm talking to you about all of this stuff on top of God responded to me too and saying like, you just need to give me all your problems. And you broke it down to me in a way that really, really made sense. So for the people who may be struggling with submitting to God right now, or who may be in a very deep, dark, depressive state, maybe anxious, what is some advice that you would say to them?
So God is always with us. Like, even when we don't feel like he's by our side, even when we feel like he's silent, even when we feel like we're just alone, we're not. He wants us to seek him. He wants us to seek him. We have free will. We can do what we want, of course. But I feel like we have that free will because he knows we're going to end up circling back to him if it's not going the way that it's supposed to be going for us. And I feel like just me personally, at this point in my life, I pray about everything, relationship, finances, children, just everything. I give my whole life to God. And when you allow God to come into your life in that way, and just ask him to take over and lead, it's not that you're not being true to yourself. It's not that you're turning into a robot. It's not that you're giving up your free will. The life that God has for us is better than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves. I know there's like this post that's been going around like, oh, we see roses and we want like what, one or two roses, but no, God has like this room, this bouquet full of roses for us. Like the things that he has for us, we can't even imagine. But our human minds don't realize that. We think that what we want is bigger than what he could want. And when we realize that his will, his word, his way is the way to go, like we so much better off. And I will say this too, following God and letting God into your life, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have trouble. Trouble is still going to come. It's probably going to be the fire is probably going to be turned up even more. But you just know that you have him on your side and you have that peace that surpasses all understanding because you believe in his word.
Yeah. That's something a little bit like what you told me. You was like, bruh, you don't even understand. Like, you don't even
and I mean, to be honest with you, I say this and I believe it in my heart, but even I struggle at times. I do. I struggle and I feel away and I'm like, God, where are you? But he's there. He's there. And when I feel that way, I have to sit myself down and say, he's there. Where are you? You need to tap in. You need to open your Bible. You need to read his word. And that's really it.
Yeah. I think that resonated with me too, because we both kind of, well, shit, you was married to a female and I date females. So I think that helped too. A little bit.
I love that. He loves us. He loves us right where we are. Yeah. He loves us right where we are. I don't believe any sin is greater than the other sin, and this is something that people may agree or disagree with, and that's on you. Yeah. I can say, regardless of my sexuality, regardless of who I'm with, the Lord is taking care of me.
Absolutely.
He's taking care. That's how
I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm so blessed. Like I got all of this stuff going on. It ain't no way God don't love me.
No, he loves me. He loves you. He loves me. He loves us all. We are all his children. I teach my oldest, and I mean, when my youngest can understand, I teach my oldest that there's nothing that you can do that can become between God's love for you. There's nothing you can do to make him love you more. Nothing you can do to make him love you less. There's nothing. And I want her to believe that in her heart. I do. And anybody else that needs to hear that. We don't have to win his love. He loves us all anyways.
All right, man. Listen, thank you so much for sharing your time, your wisdom. Thank you for being so gracious with your thoughts and your journey. And obviously, as I've said before, one of my bestest friends. So this was very special. Thank you for taking time to hang out with me. Definitely shout out your social medias and let people know how they can find you.
So on Instagram, we're at Post for Lola. That cross post to Facebook. If you want to follow my personal page and see me travel, see me eat, see me take care of these kids, it's _ a whole lot of Lola.
Oh, so you be accepting random people? Is your page private? Is your
page is wide open. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Oh, your page is not.
When I
follow you, your page is private. Your page that's new. It's always
my page has been public for quite some time. It's not private. I share what I want to share. I don't share nothing that I don't want nobody to know. So follow me.
All right, y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace, blessings. Good night.
Hey.
All right. How you stop this?
You leave.